so many people start an online business because they want the 3 freedoms, or at least 2 out of the 3 freedoms. You want location freedom, you want time freedom, and you want financial freedom. But here's the thing, you want all those things, you want all those universal, like life-changing things. Like truly, those are 3 life-changing things. But people don't want to take the risk to get there. Yo, what's going on, guys? In this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how the last 2 years of my life has gone and how I've been able to collect over $250,000 in my online marketing agency. So let's get to it, okay? Just like everybody, I started, like literally everybody else, watching the Iman Gotchi videos, watching the Alex Hormozi videos, right? Going on my phone and opening up Instagram and seeing everybody and their brother, what it seemed like, that was making money online at a way younger age than me, right? And when that happened, you know, I was working a job. I was working a 8-to-5 job, graphic designer job, a career job, I thought, right? And at the same time, I was also club promoting. So I was, you know, going out every weekend, partying, clubbing, just kind of wasting my years. They were fun, don't get me wrong, but just didn't really align with my end goal that I wanted, okay? So it wasn't until October 2023 is when I first started watching Iman Gotchi videos, and I finally got hooked, and I decided to finally invest in myself. So I invested in his program. I paid $1,500 USD for his program. At the time, it was called Educate. And I bought the program, and I had a friend of mine at the time who I wanted to kind of do it with me, be a business partner, as you will. So we both consumed the entire program, started, I think, 2 or 3 businesses. We tried a sports med advertising thing. We had one called Ads Clicker that went nowhere, and we tried a AI business. So, but what I'm getting at is, like, little did I know, finally, like, investing in myself it changed everything. I was finally in this space and there was no going back. So it wasn't until, when I started doing that, I then started cold calling for about 4 to 6 months, okay? Cold calling for a SEO product that I had. I had partnered with a white label agency that would do the fulfillment for me. All I had to do was sell. So I tried it. I went 6 months cold calling. At one point, I had 7 cold callers on my team, okay? We got 0. I think I ended up getting 1 client, and it wasn't even for SEO. They wanted a website. So I sold the website for $1,300, okay? So that failed drastically. It was really cool because I was actually doing something, and I actually put myself forward and took the action and did something, but didn't go very well. Then immediately right after that, I had found a mentor at the time, and I'll mention who he is. It's Serge Guattari. Where pretty much, the biggest impact that him and that program had on me was introducing me to ads, okay? Finally getting away from the cold calling, the cold emailing that I was doing, and the cold SMS outreach. And I finally got introduced to ads. And I'll tell you right now, ads completely changed my life. If I could go back, I would do the same thing. Even though, that program helped me with some other things, but the main thing that it introduced me to was running ads. And then from there, literally 2 months after, I joined that mentorship or program, whatever you want to call it, in February of 2024. And in March, April of 2024, I cleared $30,000 in a month. Like the growth of that was just almost instant. Going 6 months of cold calling, getting absolutely nothing, to running paid ads and signing my first client for $8,000 was literally insane for me, life-changing. And like I said, so I was working a job still at the time, and it wasn't until I hit that $30,000 a month, I said, you know what? I just did $30,000 humbly, barely knowing what the fuck I'm doing. So it wasn't until I finally said, you know what, let's do it. Let's quit my job and let's finally go all in on my agency. And that's exactly what I did. So I quit my job in April. I was working that job for almost 3 years. I think 2.7 years, something like that. Man, Bali is crazy. I'm in Bali, Indonesia, by the way, so I'm getting ants and shit all over me. So finally leaving that job to go fully all in with my business partner, and we did very, very well. We hit $30,000 months and scaled and scaled and scaled. Taking on a bunch of clients, learning a lot on the way. I burned a ton of money. Like I burned tens of thousands of dollars on hiring talent. I didn't need it. Because like I think in this sort of space, we're taught all the time to just reinvest. And that's what I did. A lot of that reinvesting probably wasn't smart, but you live and you learn, right? Obviously now, look where I am now. I've figured it out, at least somewhat for the most part. But like what I'm getting at is like, I think for me, the biggest change that happened was, yes, paid ads, and that really changed everything for me. I went from chasing leads to leads coming to me and seeing me as the authority, and obviously paying me a lot higher ticket than I ever thought I would be selling things for. Now I sell to HVAC owners for $7,500 up front, USD obviously. But the biggest thing that I know changed my life and is continuously changing my life is actually investing in myself. I'll say this here, like most people will die before they invest a single penny in themselves. And when I mean invest in themselves, I don't mean like going to the gym, getting your hair cut, therapy, things like that. I mean truly investing in yourself to learn something that will increase your value, right? So, there's school and things like that, and I've got my own opinion on if school is very good, like colleges and things like that. But what I mean is like, life, like anything, it's pay to play, right? It's like the rich get richer. The reason why the rich get rich is because they have money. They keep investing it in themselves, right? So what actually changed my life was actually investing in myself. $1,500 at the time when I invested it into Iman Gashi's program. I mean, I wasn't rich. I probably maybe had like 10 grand in the bank, maybe. And that's Canadian, because I'm from Canada, Toronto. So paying like $2,000 Canadian for his program was a lot of money. But you know what? I finally told myself, I was like, I need to do something. I can't keep sitting on the sidelines. I can't keep doing this cold calling stuff. Something needs to work, right? And I'll tell you right now, like if right now you're thinking, oh, I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna do it myself, and then when I see some success, then I'm gonna buy those programs. But you're too late before you do that, right? Truly, paying to play is paying for someone else's knowledge and mistakes that they've made, so you don't make the same ones. I promise you, like everybody makes the same mistakes. Everybody tries it on their own. Everybody does the cold emails, the cold DM, the cold SMS. And then even when you start running ads too by yourself, because that's not only the holy grail. You could easily run ads by yourself not knowing what you're doing and not getting any success from it. So that's what I did when I joined Surge Guitars, because I think Iman Gashi's program was very like B2C, very rudimentary, not very good to be quite honest with you. At least back then, maybe his stuff now is good. But when I joined Surge's program, it's like it introduced me to ads, and they taught me how to run ads decently, and it changed everything. Like I learned from someone else's mistakes. How else do you think I scaled to $30,000 a month 2 months later? It's not because I'm some smart ass guy. I club promoted for 2 years. Like my brain was rotting. Like I'm not special. I used to play basketball super competitively. I was in D1 #1 for a few years actually. Pretty cool. I'm like 6'7". That's how I get my basketball genes, right? But what I'm getting at is I'm not just magically smart in marketing. I had zero marketing background. Before I started helping HVAC businesses, I didn't have an HVAC background. I didn't even have a marketing background. But what I'm getting at is like, you gotta invest in yourself, like, because or else you're gonna be in the same loop over and over and over and over again. And like, do it. It might be scary, but trying to do it yourself is just gonna take you longer. And it depends. Like, it took me 2 months to get to $30,000. I think I paid for Serge's program, I think I paid 20,000 Canadian. So I ended up paying 15,000 American dollars, USD. And 2 months later, I made 30 grand. So that's, excuse me. So that's the level of investment I made. I knew I was a semi-smart guy. I knew I could get things done if someone told me to do something. So I knew making that investment was going to pay off because I believed in my number one, which is me. Okay? And then from there, like my investment paid off two months in. And I kept going and going and going. And that's the thing. So many people are afraid to invest, but I'm telling you, it's like right now, it's, what day is it today? It's Friday, October 17th, 2025. If this is you today and you want to get to your first 10K, 20K, even 50K a month before the end of the year, you're not going to do it by yourself, especially if you're nowhere near that, or maybe let's just say you're halfway or a quarter of the way there. You want to move with speed, it's pay to play. Figure it out. Grab the funds, grab a line of credit. Like, do whatever you got to do. If you truly believe in yourself and you know you're going to get there and you want to get there with speed, pay for someone else's time, pay for someone else's experience and get there quicker. I'm a walking testimony of it. I'm not a smart guy. I'm not a crazy analytical person. I didn't have a marketing background. And how come I did $30,000 my second month of business and continued to scale further, right? To this day, I've made well over $250,000 online. And if you asked me this 2 years ago, I think a little under 2 years ago, I would have thought you were crazy. That there's no way you can get to that level so quickly, like so quickly. Like, I promise you, like, you can do it. Just be smart, right? I talk to so many agency owners that think that they're going to, I'm going to sign one more client doing what I'm currently doing, and then I'll join a program, and then I'll invest in myself. But then I'll ask, I'm like, have you signed a client yet doing what you're doing? No. How long has it been? Oh, it's been a few months. So, like, what are you doing? Like, if you want change, like, wanting change and not making a change on how you're trying to get that change is the level of insanity. Like that is the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different outcome. Okay? Like, let that sink in there. Okay? So, I'll kind of go back to my story a little bit because I know I kind of went on a bit of a tangent there. I invested in myself. I cleared $30,000. I blew tens of thousands of dollars on other mentorships, sales reps, appointment setters, media buyers, and I come to all this to say is you don't need any of that. I'm a really big advocate on lean teams. Right now I have a team of 3, including myself, and we do very, very well. Okay, you definitely don't need it. Okay, and then with that being said, guys, it's like it's the life I live now. It's not even like insane. But what I'm getting at, from where I was, it is insane. I've been doing a month here in Bali, Indonesia, in this crazy villa. I've done months in Colombia, right? I go to Florida. Like, it's just like, it's not even the traveling, it's just like, it's the level of freedom. I can do what I want because I worked for it. So many people start an online business because they want the 3 freedoms, or at least 2 out of the 3 freedoms. You want location freedom, you want time freedom, and you want financial freedom. But here's the thing, you want all those things, you want all those universal, like, life-changing things. Like, truly, those are 3 life-changing things. But people don't want to take the risk to get there. People want to do it themselves. They think they can just do it themselves magically. People don't want to invest any money. They want to do free things, right? They want to just email people or cold call people, like I did for 3 months. Don't get me wrong, like that's still at a cost to it, right? Like like paying out reps and paying for phone numbers, paying for usage, that kind of thing. But like what I'm getting at is like doing the cheapest way isn't always the best thing to do all the time. And I'm not saying you have to start with a ton of money either. I'm not saying that. But before you go and spend money on the actual thing that's gonna help you, spend the money on yourself first. Gain knowledge first. Then when you actually go and think about an outreach method or a client acquisition method, you're smarter going into it. Like, you're not like me that just went into cold calling instantly and thinking that's the best way to go, right? Put the money into yourself first and then go on, okay? So again, I kind of say all this to say, like, dude, you can do it, just be smart, okay? Be smart. If you're Albert Einstein, then forget everything I've said to you, just do it on your own. But most people aren't, okay? I'm not. I am not fucking special, dude. I'm 24 from Toronto, Canada, okay? I'm like 30 minutes north of Toronto, okay? I'm in a small town, okay? Like, this wasn't supposed to be me. I had a graphic design job for almost 3 years. Like, this wasn't supposed to be me. I remember seeing people all the time online, or even just a friend I knew did Costa Rica for like 2 months. I remember telling myself, like, man, must be nice to not have a job, because there's no way in hell I would ever get a month off, let alone 2 months off to do whatever the fuck I wanted. And fast forward today, almost 2 years later, I'm doing that myself. Your life can change in a matter of months. Mine did, and I'm not special. That's what I'm trying to get at. So just take action today, and I promise you, 3 months from now, you will thank yourself tremendously. Like, it's almost a guarantee I give you, okay? So without further ado, that's it. I'm gonna plug in here. If you guys want help, again, I don't care who you get help from, but if you guys want help, follow me on Instagram, DM me. My DMs are completely open. It's me, don't have a setter or anything like that. You can message me personally and I'll answer any question you have. Because honestly, I wish someone was there for me that would actually be able to answer my questions and I didn't have to pay for it or anything like that. So shoot me a DM on Instagram, or if you even want to just fast track it and you're ready to go and you want my help and you're ready to scale, you don't want to ask any questions, you're like, dude, I'm ready to scale, I want your help me. Click on the Calendly link down below, book on a call with me, it'll be with me. There'll be a few questions in there because obviously I have to vet out everybody. I can't just spend my time with absolutely everybody on a one-on-one call. But click the Calendly link down below, book in a time. I'll text you on my personal line, and I'll make sure that our values align. And then show up to the call, me and you will chat, and we'll see how I can help you scale you to 50, 40, 60K a month by the end of the year. All right, guys, ciao.